All right, I think I'm live. Let me go ahead and close this door behind me real quick. All right. Before I really get this stream going, get this thing on the road, I'm going to check my iPad over here real quick. Make sure that we are, in fact, live and that there are no problems. What am I going to? Gentleman's Club Whiskey. Let me turn down the volume on this. All right, it looks like we're live. Whiskey Live Show number 2, the 10 best Japanese whiskeys for gifting. Let me go ahead and click on that. All right. Yeah, we are in fact live and we're looking good. We are looking good. And let me check my CPU usage. Yeah, guys, I did that first stream in 4K. A live stream in 4K. That thing was eating up my computer usage, and by the time it made its way to YouTube, it was fair enough. The quality looked good, but the actions were all choppy, so we can't have that. So what I did was, now I'm recording from the camera in 4K, and I got it going into the computer, downscaling to 1080p in 30 frames per second. So I hope that looks better. I hope it looks a lot more smoother. My CPU usage is down. Everything should be good. It should look good. Anyways, today's show. Today's show is a quick one just to say thanks. I can't talk on here too long anyways. I got a time limit. I got an appointment that I got to make, that I got to leave for in the next 40 minutes. So I got to get this show in 40 minutes. So it's just a quick show just to say thanks. I published an article with one of Japan's leading, probably the leading English magazine here in Japan. Is called Metropolis. Yeah, I would say it is Japan's #1 English speaking magazine. Each time that the magazine releases, they do a print run of about 30,000 magazines, and they distribute them all throughout central Tokyo. And you can go to many different places around central Tokyo and you can pick those things up for free to read them. And if you're based out in the world, which I assume a majority of you are, you could just go ahead and you can read the magazine for free by going to their website, which is metropolisjapan.com. So I've been meaning to connect with these folks for a while, with the editor, and tell them that I'm keen on wanting to write a contributing article for their magazine. And I finally went ahead and contacted them last month, I believe. And within the course of a month's time, I ended up writing an article. I submitted it to the co-editor, who then approved it and told me that it was going to be published on December 10th. And sure enough, as December 10th came, as soon as it hit noon, the article is here. Around the world, wherever you are, you can go on the internet and you can check it, metropolisjapan.com. And as it currently stands, as I'm recording this video right now, at this point in time, it is the top article on the website as soon as you open it up. But, come further down the line, once new articles start to come out, it's not going to be the top anymore. So it all depends on when you look at this thing. But let me tell you guys that I shared this thing wide. I'm a member of so many Japanese whiskey groups on Facebook that have so many thousands of members in each one. Maybe like 10 different Japanese whiskey groups I'm a member of. I went ahead and I shared this link in every single one of them, including my two own groups, the Yamazaki Single Malt Whiskey Group and the Japanese Whiskey supported by Gentleman's Club Whiskey Facebook groups. And I put them inside these other groups. And the response has been well received. And I even put it on my main Facebook page, my private Facebook page would probably got the most responses. So we're going to pour out a dram for the celebration of this thing being successful, because the success of this article will mean that I get to do more like it in the future. If the article had failed, then obviously they're not going to contact me back again to do more, but I think it's been well received and it's been pretty good, and I think that there is going to be the opportunity for there to be more. Before we get started on that, let me go ahead and pour out a dram real quick. Oh, and I got an unboxing I would like to do real quick. First of all, Suntory Owl, a blend of 5 major whiskey regions. I haven't drank this one in a while, and it's about that time. I think the taste, personally, is very similar to that of, what is it that I'm thinking of? The taste is very similar to that of Hibiki Japanese Harmony, the no age statement version. Here it is right here inside of this diamond shaped bottle. Pour my dram inside of this Glencairn. I'm not going to take today's drink too seriously. I'm not going to be nosing it and trying to get into it and tell you guys tasting notes and things like that. Because as I was getting ready to go out, like I said, I got this meeting that I got to leave for shortly. I put on some aftershave lotion, as well as I got a pizza inside the oven that I got to get out and eat that. So, I mean, the aromas around me, whiskey aside, is quite strong. That aftershave fragrance, you know, it's Old Spice. That stuff is sweet. It's a very strong, sweet smell. So, and it's on my face too. That's going to be overpowering of the whiskey. Got that pizza in the oven, so can't do that. Can smell it just a little bit. Very light. No ethanol smell on this. Or maybe it's just because I already have ethanol on my face that I can't smell it on the whiskey, but I think it's quite light, to say the least. Have a quick drink. Salute and cheers, kampai, wherever you are in the world. This is a celebration to my article being published. Here's to that. Very light and sweet dram. All right. So we're going to get right into it, and we're going to talk about this article just a little bit more. Let me go ahead and switch on over to my browser window where I have multiple windows open. Okay, there we go. This is my Facebook page. And go ahead and get this thing full screen real quick. This was on December 9th. Excuse me. This is on December 9th. I was telling all my folks that I'm getting ready to publish an article come next day. So I said, please go ahead and support me once you see me put this thing up. And as you can see, it's been greatly received. Let me go ahead and read this real quick. Tomorrow, my Japanese whiskey article with Metropolis Magazine, Tokyo, gets published and everyone can read it. I don't even care if you don't like or don't drink whiskey. Read it. That's me asking for a favor. Based on the response it gets is whether I get the green light to write more for Metropolis. I can do more and write more than just about whiskey, but this is what they solicited me to write this time. A top 10 of sorts. Tomorrow, save the date. Trust I'll remind you again then. As you can see, 46 people, 46 of my friends supporting me. I'm glad that all these people came through, because you don't know if anybody's going to read anything. 36 comments inside of here, but we're not going to go through those because it's not about the actual whiskey article itself. So let's go ahead and go on up to the next day, December 10th, 11:32 a.m., which is roughly about the same time it is now. My article, The 10 Best Japanese Whiskeys for Giving, has been published by Metropolis Magazine, Tokyo. It's not a list for devout collectors or those who pay exuberant amounts of money for rare whiskeys. The list is for those who would like to buy something nice for their loved ones this holiday season without breaking the bank. Please do give it a read, as its success will lead to more. And all you got to do is just click on this and it'll take you to the article. I'm going to show you guys that article real quick. This is just the beginning of it, but I'm not going to read this article on air because the whole purpose of me sharing this is that I want you to go over there to read it for yourself at your own pace and your own time. And also, I need those clicks. If I don't get those clicks, then they're not going to contact me to write anymore. So you got to go ahead and read it. I'm not going to share it here because I want you to go there to read it. But this is what it looks like. And I could scroll through really quick. All of the photography is mine that you see inside of here. And I written about different categories of Japanese whiskey. And I recommended the best one that you should buy inside of each category depending on who you're purchasing it for. So let me go back over here real quick. As you can see, when I posted up the actual article itself, it got 21 likes. This is just on my own wall and 13 comments. These comments are quite nice, which is why I want to read them. For my own memories, this is just to kind of archive all of these nice things that people had said to me about my article. I just want to get it up on video and archive it so that I have something that I can look back on and something that I can show people in the future about this. I'm very proud of this accomplishment, by the way. I've always dreamed of writing for Metropolis, but this is my first time to just get off my ass and actually contact them. And sure enough, it happened so quickly. Anyways, friend David Roy here says, great article, sir. I learned a lot. One question, where'd those nice pics come from? On another note, I found out the hard way that I couldn't send whiskey through the mail. I had bought a nice whiskey for my cousin in California, tried to mail it, but ended up having to bring it to him myself. I took every last one of those photos, bro. All right, anyways, forget about that Pop-Tart reference. Let me see if I wrote anything else inside it. Yeah, that's it. At Sushi, my father, who used to work for Suntory, will be happy to see that Suntory dominates the list. Sonor Lexi. Excellent article and really great for anyone who loves whiskey, especially for casual whiskey drinkers who may otherwise feel intimidated by the selection of Japanese whiskeys out there. Thank you. Oh, and I'm so humbled by everybody giving me a comment that I replied to every single person that had left me a comment, and I told every single person thank you in my own special way. Anthony Jones. Wow, Mark, that was a great article, and I must also say that I am a whiskey enthusiast. I was gifted Nika and Hibiki both are great, but I prefer the Hibiki, and it was actually the 17. Hey, like I said, great article, and I hope to read more of your work. Thank you, bro. Respect to you, as you've always been watching from afar. Good looking out. And give him the fist bump there. My reply to just everyone in general. I'm humbled, and thank you, everyone, by the responses I'm getting, which have been far-reaching than just this single post. It's well received and getting clicks. Favorability and getting solicited to do another one is very strong. Benjamin Mornair. Awesome writing. Your passion can be felt through the words. All right. So there's that. This was my first post, just me posting it on my own wall. And then also I had a couple of friends reshare it, which I'm very happy about. The Tubes, this is my friend from, I believe he's from Malaysia. I think he's in Malaysia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Mark, you're a pro. Well-written article. Can't wait till I have a chance to go tasting with you in Japan. It'll be an honor. Thank you, sir. A big salute to you. I thank him for sharing that. Ken Takahashi. Nice. Thank you, sir. I'm humbled. So I had 2 people share it here. And I think that's all that I have to share on my personal Facebook page. I can go ahead and close this out. Now, this is one of my Facebook groups, the bigger of the 2. This is called the Yamazaki Single Malt Whiskey group. And there's something like, it's closing in on 6,000 members. I don't know the exact number. I'm not going to scroll up right now because I want to just keep it on this. So I wrote the same thing as before, maybe changed a few words. My article, The 10 Best Japanese Whiskeys for Giving, has been published by Metropolis Magazine, Tokyo. And this is a very serious group about Japanese whiskey. And they like expensive things inside of this group. So that the fact that I'm trying to sell these very inexpensive whiskeys for gifting. I've written an article about inexpensive whiskeys. I didn't think that it was going to go over too well inside of any of these Japanese whiskey Facebook groups because all they like to talk about is the expensive stuff. It actually went a lot better than what I thought it would. It's been well received inside of these groups. So the body of what I wrote, the heading inside of each one of these groups is almost essentially the same in every single group. So I'm not going to read that anymore. It's just going to go right ahead and take a look at the comments. Matt Kozar says, great work. Rai Tatsuya says, very good article. Julius, great work. And that explanation of single malt versus blended was the most easily understandable one I've ever heard. Thank you. The response I've been getting has been overwhelming everywhere, and I'm at a loss for words. But at the least, all I can say is thanks. So I thank these people for checking out my article. So those were the comments, and as you can see, it has 15 likes. Let's go ahead and close this out. Let's go to my other group. This group is a lot smaller. This one is closing in on about 400 members, so not that big. 4 likes inside of this group. Nobody has left any comments here, but at least it shows me that people have been checking it out. Let's go ahead and close this. Next one, Japanese Whiskey Society. This is probably, arguably, the most active Japanese whiskey group on Facebook. Has 19 likes, no comments on the article itself, but at least it shows me that people have recognized that I've did this. And 2 shares out of the groups. There are no public shares. I don't know who actually shared it, but it says 2 shares. So it means at least 2 people liked it enough to put it on their own wall. Whoever those 2 people are, I thank you for that. Let's go ahead and close out of this. This is Japan Whiskey Warriors. Same body as usual. 4 likes inside of this group. This group is quite large in number, but the members don't seem to be that active anymore. So I'm glad to at least gotten those 4 likes. And I got 1 comment here. He just says, congratulations on being published, Mr. Robert Ayers. And what did I say to him? Thank you, sir. It is much appreciated. Here we go. Last share is from the Nippon Whiskey Appreciator group. 19 likes, and we got some comments inside of here. Richard Chu, nice article. Congratulations. Jonathan Roberts, great article. In U.S., from your list, Nika Coffee and Hibiki is most readily available. Thank you. That's interesting to know the availability stateside, as I rarely see that side of things, except once every other year. Now, even less with this pandemic. It's been almost 2 years now since I was last in Japan, and I'm almost out of all the whiskey I bought over. I guess he means over here. Sadly, may never be able to get another Yama 18 for a reasonable price. Any nice Japanese whiskey I can find in the States is all marked up to ridiculous. All right, so it's not about the article anymore. Eberito-chan, congratulations. Not sure if I mentioned it before, but last night I thoroughly enjoyed your Hakushu Distillery video. I think that's one of my most recent videos that's not live on this channel, so make sure you check that out. I did the distillery tour, and you guys can watch that anytime. 19 likes, 3 comments on this one. So I'm glad that the article has been getting out, and I thank everybody for taking a look at it. Let me go ahead and try to minimize this and put myself back on the screen again, because there's something that I forgot to do. I showed this. Let's have another drink. Congratulations to myself. I meant to do this at the beginning of the video. I think I picked this thing up and showed it to you, but I didn't open it. Oh man, I hate these knots like this. Let's hope I can get this thing open. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go run over to the next room and grab some scissors. Oh man, I can't even see which way this thing is going. You know what? Let me put it on that for just a moment. I'm gonna go run over to the next room real quick and grab these scissors so I can cut this thing open. All right, I am back. I just hate dealing with knots. I don't know how to tie knots, and I don't know how to untie knots. I guess that's a big problem. I don't want to say specifically what I did, but I had did a service for someone quite recently, about a week ago. And instead of paying me cash, they paid me in whiskey, which I accept. I told them that I accepted. I said, yeah, I'm the one that said that cash wasn't necessary. So they paid me in whiskey instead, and I'm quite happy with that. So they went to, I forgot what department store this came from. Sogo? No. Nihonbashi? I'm trying to think. Mitsukoshi department store in Ginza is where this whiskey was bought. Go ahead and pull that out. That's a very nice department store, by the way. 2 bags there. Right. That's one of my favorite department stores, actually. Wow, they wrapped this thing up nice. They really gifted me. Nice presentation. Okay. I'm doing another service for this person. I think they're going to pay me again with another bottle of whiskey. And uh-oh, here we go. Suntory Owl again. Oh, man, very nice. Always happy to have this. Man, this is a good whiskey. I'm going to share this one with all my friends as soon as I get done with the first one that I have that I'm sipping on right now. Did I know that the whiskey that she was gifting me was Suntory Owl? Of course I knew. That's the whole reason that I broke this bottle out of the cabinet and poured a dram of this to drink on camera today. I knew what was inside of here, because the person that had gifted it to me had told me what it was. She said that she had read my review inside of my book, so she knew that I liked this one, and she knew that it was a safe bet, so she went ahead and bought something that I like instead of something new. But yeah, quite nice. And this is something that I can show you guys real quick. This Suntory Owl actually has two different packagings. This is the most standard packaging that it comes in, but the one that I bought, the original packaging, I don't think it really comes in this anymore, but this is how it was presented. So originally it came inside of this package that has this clear plastic see-through so that you could see the beauty of the bottle itself there. Probably got a reflection showing up on screen. Let me try to show that off so that reflection is not there. And this would probably be the more common packaging that you get, and this one is a little bit stronger. If you come to Japan and you see both on the shelf, I'd probably recommend getting this one just because it's a little bit more sturdy. Cardboard goes all the way around, whereas this plastic is very, very flimsy, right? You don't want this thing getting damaged. It'll ruin the presentation, whereas I think this will last a little bit longer. But both exactly the same whiskey inside of the packaging, same size, no difference. The back has a little bit something different written there. This is the plastic one here. This is the all cardboard. So there's that. All right. So I thank this person for giving me my payment. I gladly accept. And do make sure that you go check out that article. I've already put the link down inside the description there. Just go ahead and give it a read. Finished. Man, it goes down so easy and smooth. I'm going to have to share this with some of my friends, because now that I got two of them, wow. Anyways, is there anything else that I want to say today? I think that pretty much sums up everything. I just wanted to share the new article. Make sure you click it. Give it that read, man, because I need those clicks. I keep saying it over and over. The next article won't come out until this one is well received by the magazine standards, not by my own. I already consider the article a success with how many people have read it, but in the magazine's eyes, they have higher standards than me. I got Neo back here. Matrix Resurrections comes out. Today is Wednesday. Comes out in 2 days here in Japan, which is going to be December 17th, whereas it comes out on the 21st in the States, so I'll be able to check this out first. And 2 days ago, I actually went to the movie theater to watch the original Matrix. It has been re-released for 1 week only in IMAX, and I checked that out. Quite good. Seen the movie about 400 times, the original Matrix that is. Nothing is like watching it in the theater. Watching it for the second time in the theater brought back and evoked memories that I've had when I watched it the first time about 22 years ago in 1999. So there's that. Behind me, I got my books on the shelf. I just want to say something really quickly. As we know that it is the holiday season now. Today is, what is today? Today is December 15th. We got 10 days until Christmas. You still got some time to get in some purchases for gifts for your loved ones out there. If you got a husband, a wife, a brother, a father, a son that loves whiskey or that loves spirits or anything like that, make sure you go ahead and pick up my books, 50 Japanese Whiskies. This is available in paperback and hardcover. This is my magnum opus book as it stands right now until it gets replaced with 50 more Japanese Whiskies, the one that I'm working on now, and Suntory vs. Nikka, the other follow-up to it. But make sure you get this for your loved ones. They will love this book. This one is about 190 pages with 92 full page color images inside of it. and lots of reading on 50 Japanese whiskeys. You can learn things about Japanese whiskey that you did not know before. Giving this one the #1 plug for you to buy as a gift for family and friends. Then the 2 new books that came out this year, these are my cocktail books. They look beautiful on the shelf together. You got the Ideal Bartender Centennial Edition by Tom Bullock and yours truly, as I've written some things inside of here as well. This is also available in hardcover and paperback, as is Julian's Recipe Centennial Edition by Julian Anderson and yours truly as a co-author. This is for those of you that love to make at-home cocktails. So many recipes inside of both of these books. There are a few overlapping cocktail recipes inside of these books, but overall, I'm going to say that between the two, there is a lot of differences. And even for the overlapping ones, they may make them inside of different styles with, different ingredients or different measures. So you want to get both. Both books are necessary. But anyways, all of these are available on Amazon.com. Make sure that you get it. You want to do your loved ones right. And anyways, I think that about wraps up this episode. So, right, I talked about the article, gave the books a plug for the Christmas holiday season. I think that's it. I unboxed the whiskey. Well, that's it. Gentlemen, salute to you wherever you may be out in the world. Make sure that you guys drink responsibly. And as always, you guys know what to do. Keep it classy. And I will see you guys in the next one.